Space Exploration by Mwanga Mukasa Joseph. Introduction. Space exploration involves the investigation of the universe beyond Earth's atmosphere and the use of the information gained to increase knowledge of the universe and benefit us.
Welcome to a virtual tour of the Hubble Space Telescope, our window to the stars. Hubble, which launched into space in 1990, circles the Earth 15 times a day, gazing into our vast universe. Coming in at about the size of a school bus, Hubble flies 340 miles above Earth's surface. It travels at a speed of about 5 miles per second. Hubble's position beyond Earth's atmosphere gives us a clear view of cosmic objects. The Hubble Space Telescope has several science instruments that allow us to study light. Behind these doors, you'll see the Space Telescope Imaging Spectrograph, the Advanced Camera for Surveys, and the Cosmic Origins Spectrograph. Hubble can see visible, ultraviolet, and near-infrared light with these instruments. Scientists observe these different wavelengths of light to learn about chemical content, temperature, density, and motion. This light can help us learn about the evolution of galaxies, stars, dark energy, and dark matter. Now, you see the Wide Field Camera 3. This instrument was upgraded on the last servicing mission to Hubble and is the most technologically advanced instrument on board. Coming to the top of the telescope, you can look down and see Hubble's 2 mirrors, which are made of special glass with reflective coatings. The large primary mirror collects cosmic light and reflects it to the secondary mirror. The secondary mirror bounces the light back through the hole in the primary mirror and into the telescope's instruments. As a safety precaution, Hubble's aperture door can close to prevent sunlight from entering and potentially damaging the telescope or its instruments. That glowing ring is Hubble's soft capture mechanism. It will allow a robotic mission to safely move Hubble out of orbit when the telescope retires. You can also see 2 large solar panels. The panels collect sunlight and convert it to electrical energy, which is then stored in batteries and used to power the telescope. Hubble also has 3 fine guidance sensors that allow the telescope to point, lock onto, and measure the position of stars. Once light is processed, the antennas beam Hubble's images and data to communications satellites. Then, those signals are sent to stations on the ground. The ground stations transmit the data to NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. After it's processed, scientists will study this data and share their findings with the world. We hope you enjoyed your tour of the Hubble Space Telescope. For more information, visit us at nasa.gov/Hubble or follow us on social media at NASA Hubble.
Hubble Space Telescope. The Hubble Space Telescope is currently located about 547 kilometers above Earth's surface. The Hubble Space Telescope is used to take photos of the objects in space.
The International Space Station is the largest man-made structure in space. It was built in pieces and then launched into space and assembled in orbit. In this video, I want to give you a detailed look at the station. We're going to look at each module in the order that they were assembled. We'll look at the countries involved and the future plans for the station. So if you're ready, let's go build a space station. The International Space Station, or ISS, took many years to become a reality. In 1984, the United States announced a project called Space Station Freedom. Here's some drawings of what the original station might have looked like. It was never actually built in its original form. There were lots of redesigns, and its funding was almost completely cut by US Congress. Then in 1993, after several other countries were brought on board, the name was officially changed to the International Space Station. 5 years later, construction begins in space. I'll show you the complete construction process, but first, let's learn a little bit more about the station. This is the ISS as it looks today. It's mainly used to conduct science experiments that can only be done in space. There's usually 6 astronauts on board the station. They generally switch out about every 6 months so that no one spends too much time in space. The station is about the size of an American football field. It's located just outside the Earth's atmosphere. This is called low Earth orbit. It's not very high up, considering that some satellites orbit way out here. The ISS only takes about 92 minutes to orbit the Earth. That's about 28,000 kilometers per hour. Over time, the ISS will slowly lose altitude. If nothing was done, the station would eventually burn up as it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. To prevent this, the station must be periodically reboosted to stay in space. The main countries now participating are United States, Canada, Russia, Japan, and many countries from the European Space Agency. Let's get to know the main parts of the station. The integrated truss structure is kind of like the backbone of the station. It holds the solar arrays to generate electricity, radiator panels, these remove heat from the station, and other equipment and science experiments are also attached. This part down here contains the pressurized modules, which means the astronauts can live and work in here without a spacesuit. All of the Russian modules make up the Russian orbital segment. The other side is called the United States.
The International Space Station, ISS. The ISS orbits the Earth at approximately 350 kilometers above the Earth. United States of America, Russia, Canada, Japan, and the other participating countries of the European Space Agency contributed to the construction of the ISS. The ISS is a habitable state since humans can live in it. The ISS completes one revolution in about 90 minutes.